So we are back with the European Journeyman save, and we are continuing our Europa League journey. We've got the home and away leg against Panathinaikos. We are in the third qualifying round now, which means even if we lose this, we go to the conference playoff. Panathinaikos, obviously of the Greek league, are up in ninth, so it's a bit of a gap. It's a bit of a gap from where we were, but it was a bit of a gap from where Rapid Vienna were as well, and we managed to progress in that. But don't forget, we are 22nd in Europe in terms of league rankings. So, yeah, but nothing's changed really since the last game. The only thing is we played one league game and won 5-2. So, doing pretty well in the league. As you can see, we are down to fourth, but we've got a couple of games in hand, things like that. So, we're still very much within a title race. But yeah, third qualifying round. We've got Panathinaikos. We then got a game in between on the Sunday, which we'll play off camera and then come back for that away leg. I like to do the away leg first, but it's not to be. There has been a few transfers though since you last left us. If we go to the cash deals, as you can see, Ronnie Monker has left the club. I don't think you've seen this. Ronnie Monker has left the club. I think we need to do a little bit of a shout out for Ronnie because he came in and he really was a very, very good player. He joined us in the second division, got 9 in 15 in the first season, then 21 in 27. Actually made a decent step up in the first season, 13 and 30. Really not bad, like a goal every just over 3 games, and then 8 assists, so like a goal contribution every other game, if not slightly more than that. 2 out of 3 games he's getting a goal contribution, so not a bad player, but just not the same goal scoring record as further down. This season he's dropped off slightly. When bids started to come in, 400 grand to Livingston. We've kind of already got better players now. He's 24. He's not going to get much better. Like, he's probably hit close to his ceiling. And if we look at him now, he's only shown as a C-. Would we sign him now? Would we sign him now on a free transfer if he came in showed as 2-star? We probably wouldn't, would we? So he's gone for 400k, which really helps out financially. As you can see, it's massively increased our bank balance, which is great. It does give us a little bit of more room in the transfer kitty as well. But we've brought in some new players and we have got a new striker as well. So if we look at the boys who've joined us since last episode, there is 2 new ones in. We've got Lucas Hempt. He is a Slovenian 26-year-old centre-half, is every position. We're a little bit weak in. He's 6'3" with a 17 jump and reach. Not the quickest, but very big, very physical. He comes in, 3 stars for current ability. Still got a little bit of potential to get better. 5 grand a week, so we are paying off a little bit more than we used to. But yeah, he's joined from Slovenia, been playing in the first division for the last few years. Very consistent, decent player for Domžale in Slovenia. Joins us on a free after leaving them. And then the new one is really a big signing. Miguel Kubo is a 24-year-old Spanish striker. He's on a fair whack as well, but there you go. 4 stars of current ability, can still get a little bit better as well. Not the best jump and reach, but fairly well-rounded, decent mentals, decent technicals. Comes after a long spell at Atletico Madrid. Featured on and off for their first team though. Mostly played for the B team and the C team as a youngster, and then kind of just went into the B team. But as you can see, playing in the lower leagues with the B team, he's got 6 and 33 in the second division, 18 and 35 in the Federation 1B, which must be like the third tier. Did score 2 in 9. Weirdly enough, actually got 3 goals in 15 games, but only 2 starts for the first team. He actually did that twice as well, 4 goals in 16. So he can play, I guess, for the first team. He has featured here and there for the first team, but primarily played for the youth teams. Clearly just hung around too long. Probably lost a bit of his potential, but he's been in a good academy. He's come in ready to play some first team football, but he's not going to play today because obviously we had to do the registrations first, and him and Hempt were both registered before that. We have had a bid accepted for Teddy Lamb, who looks like a real player, but unfortunately some other teams like Watford, QPR, and who we played today, Panathinaikos, have put a bid in. So it's quite unlikely we'll get that one. We've also got this guy who we're looking to sign, but I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 other players to leave before we can offer him a deal, but he looks very good, but we'll see about him. Cooper and Epier still out injured. Obviously the 2 new boys still unregistered. Hafidi's had a bid as well for 125k to Randers, as has Dewar, 100k to Vishu. Obviously with Hempt coming in, probably makes Dewar slightly obsolete, as he's a better player. And then we've obviously got Epier to come back, who's a better player than him as well. So once they're both back in the squad, he'll probably be fourth choice behind Tolf, because obviously Tolf is Swedish as well. So probably look to move those on. But this is the team we're going with for the first game. We're playing Mundell Smith up front because he seems to be a bit of a revelation playing up front. He's done really well as of late. As you can see, yeah, as of late, done really, really well. So he starts up front, but this is the team back to front. We've got Harrison in goal, back four of Drakes, Thomas, Dewar, Tolf, and the other Dewar. Osterberg and Gorman in midfield, and then Ibragimov, De Witt, El Boujoufi, and Mundell Smith. That is a hell of a front four. Obviously, Ibragimov, we are having a try on the right-hand side. He's not necessarily a right-sided player, but with Tycho De Witt coming in, it's probably pretty close who's better, but Tycho can't play on the right, so it really just makes, unfortunately, it makes Ibragimov's flexibility is a bit of a downside for him, because if we had to play him on the left, then we probably would, and we'd find a different place for Tycho. I did try Tycho up front, he can play there, but he's not particularly suited to it. I think he is definitely a left winger, though he hasn't done very well there. And there's Facundo Pellistri, former Man United man. If there's anyone else in this team that I recognise, don't think so, but yeah, there's Facundo Pellistri, 30 years old now. I forget how many seasons we are into the save, so we'll see how we get on. But with the home leg first, a draw or a goal either side would definitely do us. Obviously, we've got the away leg to come, which we inevitably, you always do seem to do worse in the away leg. But if we can take a draw or even a slight win into that game, that would definitely suit me. Obviously, a win here, if we could to get past this round, this would guarantee football, European football of some kind, because that would mean if we were to get to the fourth round of Europa League, even if we lost that, which is the fourth qualifier, is the playoff it's called, if we were to lose that, then we would go into the Conference League phase. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So obviously a loss, if we do go out, doesn't mean the end of our European journey. We would drop down to the Conference League to play that playoff, so we'd still have a chance at getting in the league phase. And I think the European football is kind of going to dictate whether we stay beyond this season or not. My plan is, at the minute, if we win the league and don't qualify for Europe, and don't get into the Europe League phase, then I am definitely moving. If we don't win the league, but we qualify for the league phase, so we play the league phase kind of end of this season, potentially going into next season, then I'll probably just sign a 1-year extension. If we don't win the league and we don't qualify for Europe, which is very possible, then I think it'll just be a case of we kind of just decide, is it the right move? Is it not? I think we'll kind of take a little bit more decision making on that. But if we win the league, don't get into Europe, we're definitely going. If we win the league and get into Europe, that's another one where it's like we may have to decide. If we don't win the league, but we do get into Europe, that's a definite stay. So we've got a definite leave, a definite stay, and then two other scenarios where potentially we go, potentially we don't. We'll have to just judge it. But for now, we'll just focus on it a game at a time, and it is still 0-0 here. We did have one, Tycho De Witt scored, but it was ruled off, I can only presume, for offside. But yeah, pretty even game so far. Not really seeing a lot of the ball, not really seeing a lot of the chances, but not really seeing anything from them on the highlight side of you. So I think if there's anyone going to take the lead, even though we haven't had as many of the chances, I do fancy it to be us. Drakes Thomas whips one in. De Witt is there. I think the one thing we do miss potentially is Ronnie Moncur was a big physical striker, but Gorman turned, does really well to play. The Mundell Smith and Ibragimov's there. He finishes, but I think there's another call to the VAR. There is obviously VAR in Europe. We don't get this in the league, but there is a VAR check on this goal. But this time it's been awarded. We do take the lead, and this obviously doesn't mean anything. We've got to make sure that we can handle the second leg as well. But if we can win this, this would really, really make us feel good. And that would obviously mean it would confirm our European journey. And I think if we got to Europe, even if we won the league, we'd probably have to stay just to see out. Even if we didn't stay for the whole season, we only stayed for the length of our European run. I think that's something. Let me know in the comments anyway. Let me know what you're thinking. But what are we on, episode 47 now, I think? Something around that range. So we have been at the same club for a while. I think it's like this is our 8th season. So it's definitely starting to feel like it's around the time to move on. It's not definitely the time to move on, but it's around the time to move on. But it does feel like we are still making progress. Obviously, this is our first whack at Europe as well, and we are currently 2-0 up. Ibragimov makes it 2. The more we can do in this game, that gives us a bit more of a gap, the better as well. We are going to have to take Ibragimov off, though. James Scanlon is going to come on for him. Hafidi can come on for Thompson. We are looking to sell. I think if we sell Hafidi, I think I'll just consider Scanlon a what am I trying to say? I think I would just consider Scanlon a centre mid at that point. We're going to bring, Hafidi, Thomas, and Scanlon all on though, because those three were looking particularly tired. But I think the back line has definitely improved since we've brought in Drakes, Thomas, and King Dewar, which I love saying that name, King Dewar. I just think we're so much better. Even though Drakes Thomas is still learning the position, I just think we're a lot better. And Mundell Smith definitely seems to be doing pretty well as a striker. It's another effort, and it's James Scanlon who picks up the loose ball. The referee, no VAR check. It is going to stand. I thought he could have maybe just been offside. I didn't get a good look at him. I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at Mundell Smith. We've made it 3, and I think these will probably be a little bit struck, a little bit shell-shocked, because they probably weren't expecting to come and lose this game, at least not lose it by 3 goals. They've definitely given themselves quite a job to do back in Greece. Now, obviously, I've played these games before. I know that winning one leg really well is not the end of the story, especially when you got to go away to a country like Greece where the fans are pretty bloody mental. And we're used to crowds of like a couple thousand. We're not used to a big stadium playing in front of a lot of people, especially a lot of angry Greeks. But if we can make it 4, that would definitely make us feel a lot better about that second leg. El Boujoufi plays it back. It came off Hafidi. It's gone down as a Hafidi goal. That feels very generous. It was King Dewar who struck it, but it must have took a deflection off Hafidi. I think this is what happens. You get numbers in the box, things can happen. It's 4-0. I really wasn't expecting this. I thought this was going to be a pretty difficult game. We're going to bring Boyerson on, who did end up playing a lot at centre mid. I can't remember what season it was, but he did play a lot at centre mid at one point. And we did, end up having to play him there just out of necessity. So he's going to come on for the final few. Hopefully can see this out. But yeah, 4-0 up. If we can hold on to this as a result, I'll be buzzing. If we can make it 5, at that point, I don't even know if I come back for the second. I'm pretty sure we come back for the second leg. I mean, like I say, there's no guarantee. And they could still definitely get one back here, which it looks like they might. It's an effort from distance, but Harrison really does well, because at 4-0 up, he could have let his mentality shake a little bit. He could have, we're sound here, he doesn't need to be right on it. But the more that we keep, such a commanding lead going into the second leg, the better I'm feeling about getting to the playoffs. And at that point, Europe is guaranteed. So if we can just not lose by 4 goals as it stands in the second leg, even if we lose 3-0, we'd still go through. So this is a brilliant, brilliant first half. And maybe playing the first leg at home, I'm never a fan of it. But if it's like this, bring it on every time. Beautiful stuff. There is one late highlight, but it might actually be going to us as well. We do not stop. Boujoufi on the ball. Plays it to James Scanlon. Back to Boyerson. Now it is Hafidi. Looking for option. We still got plenty of men forward, and it's fell through to Deli Thomas, who has been, of all the new Dutch players that's joined, he's been the slightly underwhelming one. Even when he's come off the bench, he's not looked great. He's got a real good chance to make it 5 there, and he doesn't. Thankfully, we're not needing it. But if we do end up needing it, I think that'll be pretty disappointing. But a 4-0 win in the first leg, we've set ourselves up brilliantly for the second leg. So I'm going to go play that league game off camera, come back for the second leg, and we'll play it on camera. So we are back for the second leg. We did lose, actually, the league game in between. A 1-0 loss away to Mjällby, but that can happen weirdly with Football Manager. I think when you've got a big game on the horizon, sometimes your players just end up being rubbish. We are perhaps a little bit tired as well. We are playing a lot of games back to back. The only transfer that's gone through since you were last here, so the Teddy Lamb one is off. He's went to Watford. We do have this keeper as well, Anwar Nuam, but I'm unable to loan him out because we actually signed him in the 21-32 season from Sadabel, because obviously that was technically last season. He then went out on loan to Morocco, played for the rest of their season, came back, but because he's been for 2 clubs in 31-32, we're not actually able to loan him out, so he's still here, unfortunately. But there you go. We've obviously got a few other players in the reserves out on loan. Very unable to sell some of these lot. I think we try and move them on next year. But Vucinovic person is went out on loan. He kicked to the force that he's not playing enough. I mean, he's played 13 league games. I don't know what he expects as a 2-star player. But he's went out on loan to the Ukrainian Premier League, which is an interesting one. So he's gone on loan. His contract's out at the end of the season anyway, so not a big deal. But yeah, this is the team we're going with. It's the same 11. Harrison, Drakes, Thomas, Dewar, Tolf, Dewar, Osterberg, Gorman, Ibrahimov, David, Boujoufi, Mundell Smith. No need to mess with it. EP is very, very close to coming back from his injury. We have had a bid accepted, ready to go for Dewar, but because Hempt is obviously unregistered and Epiet was still injured, we've delayed it for a week just to get through this game. Once we pass this game, we'll obviously confirm that deal. So this is the last game that Philip Dewar is going to play for the club. Seems like a weird one because we're still playing him, even though he's leaving the club, but needs must. We need a centre back. He's a decent centre back. And I think we just forget all about the first leg and give it 100%. Going to be tougher. We are never as good away from home, especially in these European ties. Like I say, I have played these games before. I know exactly how these things go. You do well in the home leg, and then you go for some reason end up on the end of a pumping. Is that the Dutch one who used to be? No, it's not who I think it is. Is it? No, this isn't. Wait, where do I see where he's played? It might be actually. Is that? What year are we in now? No, that's in the future. No, I think maybe I recognise him from somewhere on Salzburg. I think I've seen the name, but I don't think I know him that well. Anyway, Tycho David. I mean, if we get a goal, that will definitely settle any nerves that this might be one of those games where we concede a lot because, yeah, like I say, it's one of those weird ones. Should never have clicked on Nene. He's got to cook now. That was my mistake. Panathinaikos get forward. It's a free header at the back post. Drake's Thomas, really, he's got to look after his man a little bit better. And like I said, I have played these games before. I've said this like 10 times now, but this is the script. You do well in the first leg. What's this? I don't want to see another highlight straight. I genuinely don't want to see highlights this game. I've seen this before where you do really well, and then for some reason in the away leg, you just don't do as well. Maybe I need a different tactic for when we play these kind of games. Maybe I need to have something trained with like 5 at the back, just keep the ball, be defensive. Just basically just really just sit in. Maybe not even sit in, but just something with like a control possession tactic. Just keep all of the ball. Don't allow them any time on it. And then basically just, focus on keeping the passing going, really. But Finley Gorman smashes one past Andreev in the Panathinaikos goal. It's 1-1 on the night, 5-1 in aggregate. That definitely keeps us in it, because if we can keep getting a goal here and there, that just makes their task even more difficult. But 1-1 on the night. It looks like they might maybe rotated when they played us, because I'm noticing. I mean, he looks like a decent player. Maybe we should sign for us. Looking at their players though, they're not miles ahead of where we are. And honestly, I don't think they even are ahead. I think some of them are a little bit, too good to play for us. But a lot of them wouldn't be out of place with us. I don't think we're that far behind in terms of our current squad ability. They've got like 3 stars, we've got 2.5s. It's all relative to your own team when you're looking at star ratings. So I genuinely don't think we're miles behind these. And obviously we've got a couple of attacking players who are far too good to be with us, like David, like Ibrahimov. Finley Gorman's probably too good again in midfield. So El Boujoufi's been quality. So we've definitely got some good players at the club that are definitely bringing up the rest of the squad. Obviously, I think centre-back is potentially still a slightly weak issue. Even with Hemp joining, he's not an unbelievable player. I think Harrison's a decent keeper. He's pulled off a really good save there to keep it 1-1. But I think keeper. The full-backs are decent. Definite upgrades on what we had, and that was, I think, the big thing that's going to take us from like challenging the league and winning it. Unfortunately, losing that league game does mean we're still 4th, but we've got a game in hand. If we were to win that game in hand, we'd be top of the league. So I think we are very much in a league challenge, even though we are still 4th. We've obviously played a few less games here and there just because of the European schedule. Be interesting to know how many of them are still in Europe. Maybe we'll look at that at some point. El Boujoufi, he goes really close. It was a weird effort. He didn't hit it that hard, but it just seemed to get past the keeper, but unfortunately just couldn't creep in the inside of the post. It's still 1-1. But this is very good from us. I think we've been maybe slightly the worst team. I think these have probably been a little bit better than us, but honestly, I don't mind that. As long as we're not getting whacked, we should be fine, because obviously they've still got to score another 4 goals, and another 3 now is not going to be enough. 4 on the night's not going to be enough now because we've scored 1, so they're going to have to score quite a few. And Drake's Thomas just brings his man down. I mean, I don't mind it. Stops him getting round, Nothing came of the highlight. Nothing came of the set piece. So do not mind it. But they've got a set piece on the other side now, on the left-hand side. Benini, what a name that is. Floats one. Well, not a float. He whips one in. It was a good ball. And they really could have done better with it. But thankfully, maybe the angle just slightly. We've made it slightly too tight from on the angle. But yeah, we do seem to be not struggling, but there's definitely, it's not been as good from us. But we didn't do as well in the first half anyway. I mean, there's some really poor teams still playing at this point, like the New Saints and things like that. Some really poor teams still playing at this level. At this round in the cup, I'd have thought they were gone by this point. So I think we've definitely got a good chance of going through. We're going to take Ibrahimov or Ibrahimov off. Ibrahimov off. He's going to go Ibrahimov. Terrible. And Deli Thomas is going to come on. We're not going too defensive though. I was thinking about Scanlon just because he's a little bit more of a midfielder, but we'll leave Deli Thomas on. He needs a chance. He needs to. He might just be one of those that takes a little bit longer to start doing well. Some players come in instantly good. Others, it took Finley Gorman a few games to start cooking as well. He goes close there. Effort curled over the box. We might just need to find his best position as well. It might be on the left. It might be on the right. It might even be as a striker. We don't know. We haven't really tried him enough. But Mundell Smith and Boujoufi not had too much to go off today. I think they've probably struggled a little bit more. But still, we're doing well. We're doing exactly what we need to do. And the fact that they're not just scoring for fun, it means that we are probably going through to the playoffs as well, which will be our next episode. It 100% will be. But it's not over yet. But it's starting to feel like it's getting that good bit closer. We're going to bring Scanlon on the left-hand side. We'll swap those around because Scanlon is probably more suited to playing on the right. So Deli Thomas comes over to the left. I mean, based on that shot he had on the left-hand side, maybe the left is his best position anyway. So both wingers off, another winger on. We probably are lacking a striker, but obviously we've got that new boy to integrate once we get the registration done. We'll try and get, obviously we'll need to register Hempt as well, but with Dewar going, that should just be a 1-in, 1-out scenario. So we should be able to register the new boys for the next round. It is another goal for Panathinaikos. They make it 2-1 on the night. We got 20 minutes to see out a 3-goal lead. Sorry. My God, I can't speak. We should be okay. It's like I'm trying to say the next word before I've said this word, and it keeps running into the other one. But ball in the box, set piece. It's dropped. Oh no. Never, ever, ever get too comfortable in these European games. It's 3-1 on the night, 5-3. And there's a kick-off highlight. Do we just try and shut up shop? I mean, we'll have to watch this highlight now. If they score here, I'm buggered. Ball over the top. King George is enough. Do we just sit in? I hate just sitting in. I think we just stick with what we've got and try and catch them on the counter because, we just have to play the way we've played. Like I said, we don't train for playing anything else. Harrison watches that one, that's fine. But this is getting a little bit spicier than we would have liked. I mean, they're going to have to come out. So there is, like I said, we've got quick wingers, good strikers. We can definitely catch them on the counter, and we've got midfielders who can carry the ball like this. We can catch them on the counter. Scanlon, get the ball in the box or have a go himself. Oh, it's not a bad effort. Not a bad effort at all. Drakes Thomas is looking like he's having a bit of a tough game. So we're going to bring Berman on, an experienced player. He can come on. Hafidi is also going to come on for Osterberg, who's not had a great game. We'll bring Boyerson on as well, the Swede. We'll give him a go. Up front for Mundell Smith. Again, just get some fresh legs on. Hopefully help us just keep on to this lead. But 10 minutes to go. Still a 2-goal advantage to us. Like I said, you can very much expect it when you come against these decent sides away from home. It's going to be tough. But I'm hoping we should be okay with not long left. And it's a corner for us. Whipped in. Picked out in the air by Andreev, who's not the tallest of keepers. So the fact that he's just been able to grab it is slightly disappointing. But maybe I was comparing him to one of the defenders, so maybe he isn't as short as I thought he was. But Panathinaikos trying to get themselves forward. But it's a good cut out from Gorman, who plays a first-time ball over to Boujoufi, who does finish it off. I thought the keeper had saved it, but no, Adnan El Boujoufi. Definitely these lads are making a name for themselves on the European stage. We should be getting bids for these players. If this was real life, we'd be getting bids for them. But 3-2 on the night, 6-3 on Ag. That's job done. 100% that goal confirms it. They didn't score another anyway by the looks of it. No, they didn't. Full time. So it wouldn't have mattered. But El Boujoufi just confirming it. A 6-3 win on aggregate. Love to see it. We did the job in the first leg. And we kept it tight enough in the second leg. We didn't get battered. So that's exactly what that's exactly what I want to see. So we got a little bit more money. Again, some gate receipts, things like that, TV revenue, so that's bumped us up as well. We haven't got our, what if I continue? We haven't got our next game yet. Still don't have our next game. There might be some other games being played, maybe. We will confirm the duo one. We'll hit continue again. So duo is gone. I just want to see what the next fixture is so that I know when to come back for you, because I don't think... Is duo left or is he going... No, he has left. There we go. We'll put Hempt in for now. EP will be back soon though. That'll be good. Are we getting this? Are we getting this next game then, or what? Or is there still other people to play their game or something? I'm gonna hit continue. I think maybe Trabzonspor. I mean, yeah, tough, very tough. I think, yeah. But again, ninth. Well, I thought Greece were ninth. Did they just go down? What was our? Or were they? Oh, they were 13th. So it's definitely a step up. I mean, Trabzonspor, yeah, decent side. If you look at media prediction in their league, fourth best team in Turkey. So yeah, going to be tough. Certainly going to be tough. Who do they have in their squad? Anyone that I recognise? Soriano. I recognise him. Recognise that name. Well, we'll see who they play. They've got a huge squad. Absolutely massive squad. But the good news is, as long as I'm not incorrect here, the playoff final... There we go. The playoff... We lose, we go in the Conference League. So we've guaranteed Europe either way. I was right. That's good to see. So we've guaranteed Europe either way. I'd love to see it. So we've got one league game to play. We'll be back next episode for this playoff final. Game in between, we'll play off camera. But yeah, brilliant. And we've got the away leg first. Love to see it. I mean, there's every chance we get Europa League. But at the very least, we're going to be in Europe. And I think the league phase will continue into next season. So I think we'll have to stay another year. Or at least stay for as long as we're in Europe. I think we've got to. I think that's what we've got to do now. I'm putting a marker down. We are staying for as long as we're in Europe. So we might sign a new one-year deal and then just resign once we get knocked out, or if we get knocked out, you know. But yeah. Anyway, we've got some form of Europe. Will it be Europa League? Will it be Conference League? I'm not too fussed either way. Obviously, Europa League is good. Probably be a bit tougher. We might even go even further in the Conference League. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to lose it. But more money in Europa. Either way, I think we'll be happy. So we've got that next though. We'll of course do it on camera because it is an interesting one. It's a different type of game. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the European Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.